The materials behind your drywall decide how your home feels, breathes, and ages. And right now in 2026, a growing number of builders are ripping out conventional drywall specifications entirely and replacing them with something that has been used in European construction since the early 1990s, that scores 0 on standardized flame spread tests, that actively manages the humidity inside your home, and that sequesters carbon rather than emitting it. It's called cast-in-place hempcrete, and it's not a fringe material anymore. It's a legitimate, code-navigable building strategy that's showing up in barndominium builds, alternative homes, and high-performance renovation projects across the United States with increasing frequency. Today I'm covering exactly what cast-in-place hempcrete is, what it does better than drywall, what it genuinely does worse, and what it costs. Stay until the end, because the electrical pre-planning section is the one that determines whether a hempcrete wall is a beautiful building decision or an extremely expensive mistake. Welcome back to Homes and Haven. This channel is dedicated to independent, data-driven building science for owner builders who want real answers. No sponsorships, no recycled content, just verified research every single week. Hit that subscribe button right now, and let's get into it. Let's define this material precisely, because hempcrete gets mischaracterized regularly in alternative building content, and the mischaracterizations lead to specification errors that are expensive to correct. Hempcrete is a composite building material made from industrial hemp hurd, which is the woody inner core of the hemp stalk, a hydraulic lime binder, and water. Mixed on site and cast around a structural timber or steel frame, it sets to form a lightweight, breathable, thermally massive wall infill that has been used in buildings across Europe since the early 1990s. The critical distinction is that hempcrete is not structural. It cannot carry floor loads, roof loads, or lateral forces. The timber or steel frame carries all structural loads, and hempcrete provides insulation, thermal mass, moisture regulation, and carbon sequestration as an infill between and around the structural members. Hempcrete doesn't replace your wall framing. It fills the cavities between your framing members, eliminating the need for the separate insulation layer, the vapor barrier, the sheathing, and the drywall finish, while providing a monolithic wall surface that buries the structural frame within it. Because hempcrete can be installed in a way that provides a monolithic surface that buries the structural components of a building, you are reducing thermal bridges inside your wall, which are areas of higher heat transfer. Hempcrete replaces drywall, fiberglass insulation, sheathing, plastic wrap, and more with a simple, natural, and breathable form of sustainable masonry. You're not just swapping one wall finish for another. You're collapsing multiple separate system components into a single material that does all of their jobs simultaneously. Hempcrete is currently utilized as non-structural, non-load-bearing infill that relies on integrated structural framing for wall construction. It enhances buckling resistance of the integral framing as a secondary structural benefit. With respect to thermal resistance, modern 2026 hempcrete mixes achieve R values of approximately 2.0 to 2.5 per inch, depending on density and composition. Before we go further, it's important to distinguish between the two primary hempcrete installation methods because they have significantly different cost, timeline, and performance profiles. Cast in place is an installation technique that involves using form boards and packing the hempcrete in between those form boards to create walls. This is the most artisanal approach to hempcrete, and it is also the most labor-intensive. With precast hemp blocks, you bypass the extended cure times encountered when building with cast-in-place methods, which run 6 to 8 weeks or longer. Hempline blocks are simply laid onto a mortar bed, allowing for quick installation using familiar building methods. A future video on this channel will cover the block system in detail. For today, we're going deep on cast-in-place specifically because it's the approach that delivers the true monolithic performance advantages, the thermal bridge elimination, and the wall system consolidation that's driving builders away from conventional drywall assemblies. The first advantage is thermal performance combined with thermal bridging elimination. Conventional drywall assemblies insulate the cavities between framing members, but the framing members themselves become thermal bridges that conduct heat directly through the wall. Steel framing, as we've covered extensively on this channel in the context of barndominiums, is an aggressive thermal conductor that significantly undermines the performance of the insulation around it. Modern hempcrete mixes in 2026 deliver approximately R2.0 to R2.5 per inch of thickness, and because the material is cast as a monolithic infill that buries the steel or timber framing within it, there are no discrete thermal bridge pathways at framing member locations. Hempcrete also provides significant thermal mass that acts as a thermal storage device, buffering the interior air temperature from fluctuations in outside temperature. The second advantage is moisture management. Conventional drywall is hydrophilic and mold susceptible when moisture reaches it. Hempcrete buffers moisture, meaning it absorbs excess humidity from interior air and releases it back when the interior air becomes drier, actively managing the humidity level inside the home without mechanical systems. This is specifically relevant for barndominium builders where metal skins and steel framing create thermal bridges and condensation paths that conventional insulation cannot fully solve on its own. A hempcrete wall that actively buffers interior humidity prevents it from reaching the steel surface, solving that problem architecturally rather than mechanically. The third advantage is fire resistance. Hempcrete successfully passed the standard SDM E84 fire test, the American benchmark for building material flammability, scoring 0 for both flame spread and smoke developed. That is a perfect score on the safety scale. Compare that to standard drywall, which provides a degree of fire resistance, but eventually fails under sustained fire exposure. Hempcrete's lime binder is non-combustible, and the hemp hurd chars rather than burning in a fire event. The fourth advantage is indoor air quality. Off-gassing spray foam, dust, and trapped moisture degrade indoor air over time. Hempcrete contains no synthetic chemicals, no VOC-emitting adhesives, no fiberglass particles, and no plastic films. The lime binder is alkaline, which actively inhibits mold growth. For families with respiratory sensitivities or those specifically building healthy homes, this is a meaningful performance difference from conventional spray foam and drywall assemblies. Hempcrete is one of the very few mainstream building materials that can achieve a net negative embodied carbon balance over a building's lifetime. The hemp plant sequesters carbon during its growth. That carbon is stored in the hurd, and the hurd is locked into the wall for the life of the building. This is a documented carbon accounting outcome that independent building science reviews have confirmed. I wouldn't be doing you a service without covering the genuine limitations of cast-in-place hempcrete, because several of them are significant enough to be project-defining. The first and most significant limitation is cure time. Cast-in-place methods require 6 to 8 weeks of cure time or longer. Drywall is taped, mudded, and painted within days. A cast-in-place hempcrete wall requires 6 to 8 weeks of curing before it can receive its finished coat of lime plaster. For a build on a tight timeline or a construction loan with interest accumulating daily, this cure time is a real financial consideration. Professional hempcrete contractors manage this by sequencing pours across different building zones to keep the project moving, but the timeline impact is genuine and must be in your schedule from day one. The second limitation is the electrical pre-planning requirement, and this one is critical enough to deserve direct emphasis. While hempcrete is an excellent building material, planning for interior services like electrical wiring is crucial. Unlike drywall, which can be easily cut into for future wiring runs, a cured hempcrete wall is solid and cannot be simply drilled through later. Therefore, all electrical conduits and boxes must be planned and installed before the hempcrete is cast. For new construction, electricians will use metal conduits or flexible plastic tubing to create the pathways for wiring. These conduits are run within the timber or steel frame and secured in place before the hempcrete mixture is packed into the walls. This is the planning requirement I told you to stay for. A drywall wall can be cut open, modified, and repaired at any point in the building's life. A hempcrete wall is a monolithic solid mass once cured. If your electrician didn't run conduit for the outlet you now want in a specific location, adding it after the hempcrete is cured requires cutting into a solid wall and patching the hempcrete, which is technically achievable, but significantly more disruptive and expensive than routing a wire through drywall. Every electrical outlet location, every switch location, every light circuit penetration, and every data port must be finalized in the electrical plan before the first Hempcrete is poured. For renovations or retrofits, wiring can be run on the surface of the wall, either concealed by a wooden trim piece or in a decorative conduit. The third limitation is contractor availability in the United States. Finding trained local crews remains one of the real practical barriers for American owner-builders. While the Hempcrete contractor ecosystem is mature in France and the UK, where the material has been in regular use since the 1990s, American owner-builders often have to pay travel premiums to bring specialized hemp lime contractors out to rural sites. Build an additional lead time for contractor procurement and budget for the possibility that your closest qualified installer may not be local. The fourth limitation is load capacity. Hempcrete walls cannot carry shelving loads, cabinet loads, or fixture loads the way drywall over stud walls can. Any item that will be mounted on a Hempcrete wall, from kitchen cabinets to bathroom grab bars to flat-screen television mounts, must be fastened to the structural frame members behind the Hempcrete, not to the Hempcrete itself. This requires knowing where every mount point will be during the design phase, before the Hempcrete is poured. Here's where the Hempcrete conversation gets specifically interesting for the Barndominium audience on this channel, because the combination of steel framing and Hempcrete infill addresses one of the most persistent challenges in barndo construction. Steel frames and metal skins create thermal bridges and condensation paths that conventional insulation cannot solve on its own. Metal conducts heat in and out fast. Barndominiums run hot in summer, cold in winter without a high-performance envelope. Most Barndominium kits ship with minimum code insulation, leaving owners with avoidable utility bills for decades. In a steel Barndominium frame, the structural frame is the steel columns and purlins, and the Hempcrete infill buries those steel members within the wall mass, eliminating their thermal bridge performance at every framing member location. This is the specific engineering advantage that makes Hempcrete particularly compelling for steel frame buildings compared to any system that simply insulates around the steel without encapsulating it. The moisture buffering capability of Hempcrete is also specifically relevant to Barndominiums, where metal building envelopes that aren't properly managed develop condensation on interior surfaces. A Hempcrete wall that actively buffers interior humidity and prevents it from reaching the steel surface is solving that problem architecturally rather than relying entirely on spray foam to be the only line of defense. One important specification note for Barndominium applications: Hempcrete requires a hygroscopic lime-based finish, typically a lime plaster or render, rather than conventional latex paint. Latex paint applied over Hempcrete prevents the material from breathing, eliminating the moisture buffering performance that makes Hempcrete valuable. This finish requirement should be specified before any bidding or purchasing decisions are made. Let's put real numbers on this, because the cost picture for Hempcrete versus conventional drywall is more nuanced than a simple comparison suggests. For cast-in-place Hempcrete, material costs include the hemp hurd at roughly 40 cents to 80 cents per pound and a lime binder at $15 to $25 per 50-pound bag. A typical Hempcrete wall mix uses approximately 1 part lime binder to 1.5 parts hemp hurd by weight, plus water. For a 12-inch thick wall, which is a common residential specification that delivers a highly insulating R24 to R30 performance total using modern 2026 Hempcrete mixes, material costs run roughly $5 to $10 per square foot of wall face area. That material cost comparison against conventional drywall, which runs $1.50 to $3.50 per square foot installed for the drywall alone before considering the separate insulation, vapor barrier, and sheathing layers it's replacing, is more competitive than most people expect. When you account for the fact that Hempcrete replaces multiple separate system components rather than just the drywall surface, the total system cost comparison becomes more favorable to Hempcrete. Where Hempcrete adds cost compared to conventional assemblies is in installation labor. Cast-in-place Hempcrete requires forming, mixing, placing, tamping, and form removal in a sequential process that is more labor-intensive than hanging and finishing drywall. Total installed cost for cast-in-place Hempcrete, including labor, runs $15 to $35 per square foot of wall face area in the U.S. market in 2026. To be clear about the math, We are talking about square feet of vertical wall surface, not floor area. For a 2,000 square foot Barndominium layout, which features roughly 2,500 square feet of vertical wall surface, your total installed wall cost runs $37,500 to $87,500. A conventional insulation and drywall assembly for that same wall surface area runs approximately $20,000 to $45,000. The Hempcrete premium is real, typically 40 to 80% higher than a conventional assembly. Whether that premium is justified depends on how you value the thermal bridging elimination, the moisture management, the ASTM E84 fire performance, and the indoor air quality advantages that Hempcrete delivers that a conventional assembly does not. Cast-in-place Hempcrete is the right wall system specification for builders who have finalized their electrical and mechanical plans in complete detail before breaking ground and are genuinely committed to not making changes after the Hempcrete is poured. It's the right choice for owner-builders who value indoor air quality, moisture management, and thermal performance enough to pay the material premium and accept the longer cure timeline. And it's specifically worth serious consideration for Barndominium builders where the steel framing's thermal bridging creates performance problems that Hempcrete's monolithic burial of the steel frame directly addresses. It's probably not the right choice if your electrical and mechanical design is still evolving. If your construction timeline is tight and 6 to 8 weeks of cure time creates a real schedule problem. If you're building in an area with no trained Hempcrete contractors within a reasonable distance, and you're unwilling to pay travel premiums to bring a specialist to your site, or if your total build budget is already stretched and the Hempcrete premium would require cutting corners elsewhere. The builders abandoning drywall for Hempcrete in 2026 are doing so because they've run the complete system comparison, accounted for everything the Hempcrete is replacing, and concluded that the performance difference is worth the premium and the planning discipline it requires. That conclusion is well supported by the building science. The planning discipline it requires is real and should not be underestimated. That's the complete, honest breakdown of why builders are abandoning drywall for cast-in-place Hempcrete in 2026, what the material actually is and isn't, the verified ASTM E84 fire performance, and the R24 to R30 thermal performance of a 12-inch modern 2026 mix wall, the specific advantage it delivers for Barndominium builders dealing with steel thermal bridging, the electrical pre-planning requirement that makes mistakes extremely expensive to fix, the contractor availability reality for U.S. owner builders, and the complete installed cost picture on a wall surface area basis, so the numbers don't get confused with floor area. If this gave you a clearer picture of whether Hempcrete belongs in your next build specification, Homes and Haven is the channel that delivers this level of independent, verified building science every single week. No sponsorships, no recycled content, no hype. Just honest analysis for owner-builders who want real answers before they commit to a specification. A like helps more people in the research phase find this content. And if you're currently weighing Hempcrete against conventional assemblies for a specific project, drop your wall thickness target and climate zone in the comments. Every comment gets read, and your situation might become a future deep dive. This has been Homes and Haven. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.